Here in today's news, the government's financial statements for the 6 months ending December have been released. Fiscal deficit was close to last year's budget forecast at $4.1 billion. Revenue was $743 million less than expected, in part due to tax. Crown expenses were also lower than predicted by $887 million. The Hawke's Bay District Health Board has confirmed nursing jobs may be made redundant to meet budget and make way for vital projects. But Nurses Organisation President Jeff Annals was concerned at the impact on the quality of healthcare.
DHBs are forced to make cuts without reducing the services, and those cuts can only mean that quality and safety is cut by cutting out nurses.
He says they want to work with management on savings options for the sake of current and future nurses.
And worst of all for patients. I mean, we're all in this together in New Zealand. What we're really looking for is an open dialogue, and let's work out what we're going to do about it.
In related news, University of Otago and Wellington research shows those in the lower socioeconomic bracket are more susceptible to infectious diseases. Dr. Michael Baker found infectious diseases has increased by 51.3% and was especially concerned that people in the poorest neighbourhoods have had an almost 100% increase in their hospitalisation risk. There were 377 avoidable mishaps in New Zealand public hospitals last year, of which 86 were fatal. A new report from the Health Quality and Safety Commission reveals some of the mistakes were false, other patients were given the wrong medication or wrong procedure. The Commission's chairman says that figure is unacceptable, but also pointed out that the rate is similar to other comparable countries. Hundreds of intersections, including 500 in Auckland, need safety modifications ahead of a change to the left-turning traffic rule in 5 weeks. The Transport Agency will spend $1.2 million on a public education campaign in the 10 days leading up to the change. From March the 25th, drivers will have to give way to their left. A former Bridgecorp boss took the stand in Auckland High Court today, facing 10 joint charges for allegedly misleading investors. Rob Petrusevich opened his court statement by apologising to investors, then defended himself, saying he wasn't a lawyer or accountant and depended on senior management for advice. 14,500 people are owed $459 million. Tauranga's harbour master has reported 4 intrusions into the arena's exclusion zone over the weekend, all of which have been dealt with. 544 containers have been recovered and a further 17 have been located. Bar and restaurant owners are warning they'll have to pass on new alcohol price rises. Prices for most DB and Lion-Nathan products will rise from early next month. Hospitality New Zealand says small business owners are struggling to absorb the cost rises and will have no choice but to raise their retail price. Overseas, President Barack Obama has dispatched a senior envoy to Israel, reflecting growing international jitters that the Israelis are planning a preemptive strike on Iran's nuclear facilities. Israel warned that international sanctions to prevent Iran from acquiring nuclear weapons have fallen short. That comes as the chief UN nuclear inspector begins another visit to Iran. Well, those are the headlines from the RBG News team. Ka kite anō.